The Scottish Policy Foundation is an independent, apolitical, grant-making charitable organisation. Its aim is to promote objective policy research to inform public debate. The Foundation has a detailed macroeconomic model of the Scottish economy developed by the Fraser of Allender Institute at the University of Strathclyde. The model provides a detailed and realistic representation of how the Scottish economy works on a day-to-day basis. The model reproduces the key interactions in the Scottish economy by capturing the links between households, firms, and government. The model can be used to estimate the impact of different policy choices or programmes of reform, such as changes in the Scottish Parliament's new tax powers, a policy to boost exports, or an expansion in public investment. So how does the model work? Our economy is made up of a number of households. You, me, all our friends and colleagues, and indeed every person in Scotland. Each household buys goods and services, whether that be groceries from our local supermarket, clothes from our favourite high street store, or music over the internet. We also consume goods and services provided by government and pay for them through taxes and other charges. By buying these goods and services and funding public services, we provide a boost to our economy. Households also supply to firms what we call factors of production. These enable firms to make the products that we consume. The most obvious is our labour, which firms pay us for. But households also provide savings, entrepreneurship, creativity, and innovation. The model also deals with changes to the number of households in Scotland through migration or demographic changes. Looking in more detail at firms, as we have seen, firms make goods and services for households, but they also buy and sell products to each other. Most of the goods and services will be sold to consumers in Scotland, but many firms will also sell some of what they produce as exports, either to other parts of the UK or overseas. At the same time, not all of what we consume will be produced here. We all buy imports that are made somewhere else outside Scotland. Of course, not all firms are the same. A renewable energy firm is very different from a firm producing Harris Tweed. Our model captures all these differences, both in terms of who firms sell to and how they make their products. The roles of the UK, Scottish, and local governments are all captured in the model. Government raises revenue through taxes. It then spends it on things like education, the NHS, and public transport. Combining all of this information allows us to get an accurate picture of how the Scottish economy operates today. But this is only part of the story. What we really want to know is how all these elements are linked over time, and how changes in policy could impact the economy in the future. This is where the technical aspects of the model come into play. Our model links together the various components of our economy through over 100 blocks of different equations. It also uses data compiled by the Scottish Government, the Office for National Statistics, and the Fraser of Allender Institute. It is tested and retested to make sure that it provides as close a picture to the real world as possible. With the model now in place, it is possible to change one or more of these interactions or introduce a policy initiative and to see how the economy responds over time. Of course, all models have to be used with a degree of caution, but used correctly, we can look at how key outcomes like economic growth, jobs and unemployment, household incomes, and levels of inequality are likely to respond to new policy ideas. The types of things that could be looked at include how our economy might evolve if productivity growth was to speed up. What are the implications of different tax policies on public spending and growth, and how might changes in education policy impact on Scotland's long-term growth potential? So it can provide insights into some of the big policy questions of the day. If you're interested in applying for funding to propose some new policy research, please visit the Foundation's website to find out more and for the latest news on opportunities for research.